Haley Outen here in Houston at TDECU Stadium, home of the first American Athletic Conference Championship game. The matchup is set as the 22nd ranked Owls will travel from Philadelphia to take on the 19th ranked Cougars right here on their home turf. Temple won the outright title in the American's East Division as the Owls completed their regular season with a 27-3 win over UConn in Philadelphia. The win lifted Temple to 10-2 overall and 7-1 in conference play to give the Owls their first 10-win regular season in program history. A win would give Temple their first conference title since the Owls won the Mid-American in 1967. Temple's offense is led by junior quarterback P.J. Walker, who has surpassed 2,000 yards for the third consecutive season, and he's found chemistry with his high school teammate, junior running back Jahad Thomas, who earned his first 1,000-yard season on the ground. Temple has outscored opponents 243-81 in the second half this season. Defensively, the Owls have the American Defensive Player of the Year on their side. Senior linebacker Tyler Matakevich became just the 7th player in FBS history to record 4 consecutive 100-tackle seasons. Matakevich, who was barely recruited out of high school, has developed into one of the most dominant linebackers in the country. Senior defensive back Tavon Young leads a very strong secondary that has more interceptions than touchdowns allowed this season. The Temple D had 5 all-conference selections, including Alex Wells, Matt Ioannidis, Nate D. Smith, Sean Chandler, and Matakevich. The Owls haven't allowed a touchdown in 2 games.
Here's all I would say, because this is like a unique, wonderful week in Temple football history. Like, to the fans, to everybody, don't waste it thinking about me. Like, this is awesome. It's championship week. I told our players, this is championship week. Don't waste it thinking about me. Don't worry about me. Like, don't be like, oh, no, like, I'm right here, man. Like, go enjoy the week. Enjoy championship week. These kids have earned this.
The home team, Houston, played lights out last Friday with a 52-31 win against then number 15 Navy, improving the Cougars to 11-1 overall and 7-1 in the American. Houston finished tied with Navy atop the West Division standings, but earned the tiebreaker based on Friday's head-to-head win against the Midshipmen. The Cougars have won 10 conference titles since 1952, most recently the 2006 Conference USA Championship, and are looking for their second 12-win season in program history. Head coach Tom Herman is the only coach in Houston history with wins in his first 10 games, and was named the Americans Coach of the Year along with Navy's Ken Niumatalolo this week. Herman, who has looked to junior quarterback Greg Ward Jr. this fall, the QB who transitioned from wide receiver last season, has shown serious growth this year. He ranks 8th nationally with 17 rushing touchdowns and 14th nationally in points responsible for per game. Ward also ranks 5th nationally in completion percentage. First-team selection DeMarcus Ayers has become Ward's go-to guy at wideout. He ranks 6th nationally with 89 receptions, 16th nationally with 1,140 receiving yards, and is 19th nationally with an average punt return of 12 yards. He's the 18th player in Houston history to eclipse the 1,000-yard mark in receiving in a season. 7 defensive players were all conference selections, highlighted by Landon Roberts, who is 2nd nationally with 84 solo tackles and 7th nationally with 127 total tackles. His 17 tackles for loss leads the American and ranks 16th nationally. As a team, Houston is one of 2 programs in the nation, the other one being Oklahoma, to rank in the top 10 in scoring offense and top 25 in scoring defense.
I think, it's just a normal game week in terms of the way that we go about our business preparing. I think to say that it's just another game, that's not what I meant by that. What I meant was we're going to prepare. We're not going to change anything on how we prepare, but we're fully aware of the magnitude of the game. But I don't think there's any time for reflection just yet. I think after this week we can all take a big breath, regardless of the outcome, and do a little bit of reflection, and then getting ready to go play a bowl game.
Temple and Houston didn't play during the 2015 regular season, though the teams have 4 previous meetings on the gridiron. Houston was a 31-10 winner here at TDECU Stadium in 2014, while the Cougars took a 22-13 win at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia in 2013, which was the first American Athletic Conference game in history. Well, now they'll face off in another historic moment in the conference, the inaugural championship game. The American's second-best scoring offense in Houston will face off versus the league top defensive scoring team in Temple. The game will also feature the conference's top 2 run defenses, as Temple leads the league in allowing just 117.4 yards per game, narrowly edging Houston, who allows only 0.1 more yards per game. Pretty even matchup there. A win would give Houston its third win over a ranked opponent this season. Kickoff is scheduled for noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central, Saturday, December 5th, and will be televised on ABC. The winner of the game will be eligible to be chosen for the Peach Bowl or the Fiesta Bowl as part of the college football playoff selection process. 2 teams, but only 1 champion, 1 trophy. Is going to be a great game here in Houston. We'll have full coverage and highlights for you following the game. For the American Digital Network, I'm Haley Outen.